different. And I love it, man, because it got me thinking. It got me thinking like I was back in school again. I don't even know where you come up with these questions. I want to know how you come up with these. You're so innovative. I'm like, look. I mean, your mind is good. Like you say, you're a history teacher, and your mind is going all over the place.
And it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other today.
You know, I've done everything. I've done, in the 80s, I did Johnny Carson. I did,
Sure.
Merv Griffin. I did it all. You're sheer 9 or 10. You're probably 9.5.
Oh.
10 is, no one's perfect.
You have something amazing going with the show, and you're educating us.
I mean, I've never told anybody in public about that experience with my dad. And on your platform, I don't know why I did that, because it's so comfortable and we're talking about things that matter.
That is a really cool story. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot today.
A lot. And you know what's...
I love the little anecdote of comedy with your would you pay for it? Would you not? I love that. I love how you added that in.
We want to know each other. We want to know people's stories. That's what TKN does.
First name Michaela. Last name Skinner. Welcome, my friend, to round 2 of the tournament.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Pleasure's mine. Absolutely.
Yeah, this was seriously such a blast. I was so excited to come on here, and yeah, it's been incredible.
It's not like an interview, it's like a conversation with your homie.
I appreciate that more than you know, my friend. I really do. Tretch, my friend, I hope you have a great rest of the evening. Last name Ferrigno, first name Lou. Lou, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. That's the best introduction I've ever heard in my life. You know something? You need to quit the show and be my moderator.
So put your hand together for a majestic, out of this world, one-of-a-kind human being. First name Vivica, last name Fox. Welcome, my friend.
Whoa, that was an awesome introduction. Let me tell you that. I don't think I've ever had anyone read my resume with such flow.
Avi is a poet, but he doesn't know it, but his feet show it. You're unbelievable.
Last name Wilkens, first name Lenny. Lenny, welcome, my friend. Celebrity tournament.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
Damn. You said it just like I wrote it.
You gave me good eargasm tonight, man. I love your voice. I love the things that you talk about.
Well, you're the best I've seen. You're the Michael Jordan or LeBron James, whoever you want to make the GOAT.
This is why your audiences love you. This is why you continue to great guests, and great guests beget great guests.
One of my friends was share about Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House, and what a smooth voice he had. Your voice and the way you project everything and share with your heart and soul. You got an incredible gift.
I just want to do this again and again. I feel like I've made friends. And again, I've taken the competition part of it out because I've just enjoyed talking to you guys tonight.
Oh man, most definitely. This is, this I think my top. I think because when the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it.
It really, truly, kind of blows my mind every time when we can get this many people together, thinking, mind melding, positive, not having to agree all the time with everything. But not getting ugly about it, and not, it's just I feel like it's a microcosm of what it could be.
Did you have a nice time tonight in the green room?
I had a great time. I can't tell you how refreshing it is that somebody knows what they're doing.
You're a very interesting person. I mean, you with all this rhyming stuff, you must really put a lot of effort into this, and I would love to read or see something that you've written.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure it's really interesting.
Or not podcast. I guess it's like we're just a show now. You're a show. You're a full-blown show.
I can count my friends on one hand. Well, wait, on one finger. You.
Oh man, thank you so much, my friend. You are awesome. Don't even hang your hats on the past, because if you don't heal from what hurts you, you'll bleed on people that never even cut you to begin with. It has nothing to do with your pain.
Okay.
So
Tell him, already. Tell him.
You guys are bringing the best out of me. That is the truth. Guys, Chris, did you have a good time? You've done a lot of interviews. Is this kind of up there for you?
Yeah. I had a great time today, Avi. I mean, because you are engaged in what is a conversation.
and not a performance.
Scars remind us of where we've been. They need not dictate where we're going. And I think in a way that kind of addresses this question. So in other words, I think it is almost inevitable that there's going to be pain, there's going to be scarring, there's going to be all kinds of this that's going to happen over the course of a life.
She would sit at the kitchen table looking out the window for quite a period of time while the food was getting prepared. And I wish I took that time to sit down with her and ask her questions about her being a child.
All about family, and
wow.
I can tell you, my friend, your presence is a present, because even though we don't know each other very well, starting to get to know you has been a real present and a gift because of the truth and honesty that you share. It makes me a braver person. It makes me a more courageous person, and that's from my heart.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And hey, if there's anything I can do for you going forward, I'm here. You just call me.
This thing has drawn me out of myself and thereby drawn me into myself. But I learned a lot. And from you, Avi, I always learn something from you.
Work as hard as you can, because by working, Avi, you will keep yourself busy and get used to the grief.
Another trio of questions, now more underrated. We have Billy D. Williams, Italian men named Skippy or Unicycle.
I'm sorry, Italian men named Skippy. Put me away, Abby.
Archie Bunker, the mountain climber. Ralph Cramden, the yoga instructor, or Don Corleone, the computer repair person.
It's clearly an issue with the hard drive.
Oh, I like that.
I'm going to go Don Corleone.
For Christmas, is it because it does create those amazing memories that I've and Sarge, I know you've been there too, because I've seen you at so many different great events for Muscular Dystrophy Association.
There is nothing that was on TV tonight that even remotely rivals what we did on this broadcast.
Hi, I'm Rick Barry, a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame and one of the NBA's top 50 players. And I'm really excited to tell you about my new relationship in the broadcasting world with the new network.
It's TKN, and a young man named Avi Klein has poured his blood, sweat, and tears into creating this new network and assembling an amazing group of individuals.
Legends from every walk of life who are just bringing their knowledge and their experience and their wisdom, and this is amazing. I feel like this is a cosmic convergence of what is most important to him, and he's such a stand-up guy.
Avi, congratulations. I don't know anybody that can talk as much as you. Seriously, I thought I could talk. You are unreal. What you do it with class, understanding, professionalism. You're simply amazing. I told you that when I first met you. And you ran off my autobiography. It basically was a book. It was simply fantastic. And to think that you do that every show.
Very respectful, and he really connects with the artists and his audiences. And I felt like this guy's on to something, and I'm proud to be a part of this with him.
And I really thank your support. I lost my father, and you were the first person to support me in all that, and I thank you so much for that. It meant a lot to me.
The greatest wealth is when you can share it with someone. You can share your victories, you can share your failure, you can express your deepest feelings, but the greatest wealth is to be able to say that I have a friend, and I feel an unbelievable level of wealth, and a lot of that is because I have somebody like you.
You here to win the whole darn tournament?
I don't play. I just win.
Robert, would you like to win this entire tournament?
You know, all those luminaries and athletes and strongmen notwithstanding, the most dangerous place on this show is between me and that prize. That's all I'm going to say.
You're chomping at the bit to get in this thing.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been telling you, brother. You brought up some names to me, and I was like, I can't wait. I hope they don't see me because it's going to be on. Like a steaming pot of neck bones, baby, and I'm not playing.
Are you here to win the entire thing, my friend?
I'll just say this, Abby. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Are you here to win the entire celebrity tournament when it's all said and done?
You know, I saw that video package, and I saw a very familiar face in Mike Rotundo, better known as IRS, and he said that he was here for the winner, winner, chicken dinner, and I want to take away that chicken dinner, so yes, I want to win this whole shebang.
Tonight, Avi Klein launches the TKN network. It's been over 2.5 years in the making. And tonight, with mystery guests and the big debate, it's going to be, well, let's just say hotter than hell. So don't miss it.
And talent, last name Smith, first name Joe Smith, welcome my friend.
Oh my God, Avi. Where did you get all of that from? Oh my God.
Lenny Wilkens is a champion. Lenny Wilkens was a friend. And Lenny Wilkens, guys and gals and pals, is going to do it tonight one more time. One more time. I've shed a lot of tears. I'm going to shed a lot more. But I guarantee you, in between those moments of grief, I'm going to celebrate the competitor. I'm going to celebrate the champion. And I'm going to celebrate the legend that Lenny Wilkens is, not was. And I'm going to do it tonight with all of you. We're going to see why this sport of the mind is a place that was built for Lenny Wilkens. He's in heaven, and he's with family, and he's with friends. But I also know he probably stopped by for a couple of minutes to shake my pop's hand because they're watching this tonight together. They're watching a place that meant a lot to Lenny. But more importantly, they're watching all of you because you mean a lot to all of us, and that includes Lenny. I want to say hi to all of you, and I want to remind you that this was pre-taped, guys. The match you're about to witness was pre-taped 5 days. 5 days before Lenny entered those pearly gates of heaven. But the great thing about tonight is that we're reminded by a video that's playing and streaming in front of you. We're reminded of the fact that Lenny Wilkens didn't need heaven to gain his angels because he was already an angel here on earth for everything he stood for. Ralph, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Stick around and comment galore, guys. We need your comments and we want your comments. 1,274 are here to watch this tonight. Thank you. Eric, nice to see you. Miranda, Lenny is the eternal champion. Chad, Giselle, Howard, Kelly, hello. Safari, hello. A lot of new viewers here as well. Myron, nice to see you again. Guys and gals and pals, thank you for joining us. Neon Nightwing 132. Dominic Jennings, bring your friends and family. And remember something, guys. This is always going to be a free preview and not a podcast. This is a sport of the mind, and I don't mind reminding you that we're going to have philosophical fun and provide you endless edutainment. The Avi you're going to see before you with a red blazer is going to be an Avi that was able to sit and watch Lenny Wilkens one more time, surrounded by Oscar nominee and two-time Golden Globe nominee Eric Roberts and film and TV great Josh Henderson. They've both become friends. And Lenny Wilkens, guys and gals and pals, is one of the reasons why in this place, strangers always leave as friends. So thank you. Enjoy, and remember something. If you allow the present to escape you, it becomes the past. Stay in the moment and watch alongside yours truly and observe Lenny Wilkens doing his thing one more time. Guys and gals and pals, thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday night, inviting us to your living room. That is amazing that you're doing that every Saturday night, and I do not take that for granted. This is a place where we have philosophical fun and provide you with endless edutainment. That's where entertainment meets education. They marry together. They stick around for a while, and we appreciate guys and gals and pals that in just 21 months, you guys have given us, again, 6.2 million views, 80.2 thousand subscribers, six-figure views across the board each episode. We also appreciate our corporate national sponsor here, Progresso Soup. Guys, it is the fall season. Why not grab yourself some chicken noodle soup? We'll talk about them later. And of course, guys, Amazon Prime and Universal all are so very, very instrumental in doing all of this because we have a place here where strangers leave as friends. Thanks to you. We have a great time conversing. We go very, very deep. And at the end of the day, guys and gals and pals, positivity reigns supreme. This is a tournament. We like to call that. Of course, that's what it is. One person, of course, wins $15,000, 5-night first-class trip to Greece. That's amazing. But either way, guys and gals and pals, we're glad that all the noise out there is silenced over here through positivity. So with that being said, let's bring in our luminaries. I cannot wait. They are such class acts. I'm talking about Lenny Wilkens. I'm talking about Josh Henderson and Mr. Eric Roberts. All three have been here, of course, and all three are people who I consider great friends, not just because of what they've done when it comes to their respective fields. The person behind the persona is what it's all about, and they've given us so much of themselves, and we don't take that for granted at all. This is a safe space after all. Guys and gals and pals, my first guest was born in Dallas, Texas, and he grew up with his mother Sharon in Texas and Oklahoma. Truth be told, many a gal seemed like they were in a coma when in his presence, as they were quite smitten with him, as he connected to them. All guys and gals, you could say about his careers, he started very early in life, as he was quite bold. He started dancing at a young age and won the world's youngest breakdancer at the age of 2.5 years old. And all told, most of us were picking our nose at that age looking for buried gold. I know I did, but I digress. There was passion. And there was a lot of enthusiasm that he developed while growing up. So I want to peel back this particular layer. Moving back and forth as a youth from Dallas to Tulsa, he had a dream of becoming a professional baseball player. Soon he would embark upon a path that would lead him to a career where his beautiful works of art were on full display, as he would take a blank canvas and fill up with wonder in an industry where it's best to prep before you play. Before he graduated from Tulsa Memorial Senior High School, guys and gals, it was May of 2K. It wasn't until the age of 18 when he randomly hopped in line to audition for a show called Pop Stars, where we were all blessed to marvel at his limitless range. Guys and gals and pals, it was then that his life ultimately began to change. Pop Stars was a show about the making of a pop group, and in reality TV, the suits and ties have no pity. There were about 80,000 kids who auditioned, and many a city, 7 to be exact. As a matter of fact, he made it to the final 5 and got a record deal. It was all quite surreal, because he was focused on becoming a baseball player and never thought he'd become part of a pop group, but hey, it sure is funny what life can ultimately reveal. The opportunity led him to moving to LA to meet with different agents and producers, which opened the door for him to pursue acting. But Los Angeles can feel lonely and cold, as one can feel as lost as Gollum without his would-be precious ring. After landing a few guest starring roles, he had a reoccurring one on ABC's hit Desperate Housewives. His work was honest and truthful, as the gods of storytelling would certainly love to give him some high fives. And then came another hit, one that many would reminisce, as they remember the early 80s when this series gave millions joy and bliss, with characters that were all well-crafted, some that received a slap, a shove, and even some many a kiss. I'm speaking of the iconic series, the one and only Dallas. A character that struck rich in the oil industry, guys and gals. We're talking about the one and only John Ross Ewing. My mentor, Richard Donner, had a friend that was infatuated with the original incarnation of the show. Who was he? The one and only Stanley Kubrick, who would apparently say that missing one episode of that hit series was a certain sin. Of course, because the cast was incredible, including the legendary late Larry Hagman. Our guest had such a wide array of talents on display, as another thing that continues to mold and shape his career is his passion for music. He's recorded a plethora of songs, as the man can definitely rock the stick. Music, it's 50% of who he is as an artist, as his talent is a giant like a native Texan and NBA great Chris Bosh. He's down to earth, t-shirt and jeans, as he keeps it real. He isn't posh, he's a straight shooter and doesn't subscribe to any hogwash. Many of you will pop when you see him and most definitely go, oh gosh. So run to your devices now and take in this moment. You may have to throw your clothes in the wash, as I welcome a multifaceted, diverse, and positive human being. Last name Henderson, first name Josh. Welcome, my friend.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Golly, that'll make anybody feel good. I'll tell you that. You are incredible, and thank you so much for that. You are too kind, and man, I love you, buddy.
Me too, man. Sentiments all there. You become a fast friend in 2025. Appreciate you, man. I got to tell you, man, there's something about talking to someone for the first 30 seconds and without placing judgment on them. You know you already like them. You're one of those people, man. You're so down to earth. You're so grounded. We've both been in this wacky industry for a very long time, close to 3 decades. And it's so cool to see someone so rooted in reality, Josh. So I want to tell you that.
Thank you so much. Well, I respect and love you just a ton. And I'm so blessed to not only know you and be a friend of yours, but to be a part of this. I think what you're doing is great and amazing. And God, it's just so much fun. So I thank you very much.
Absolutely. And hey, even our audience said we'll forgive the fact that Josh is a Cowboys fan. So there you go. You got that?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, man, listen, Josh, I got to tell you, at the end of the day, this is a place where strangers leave as friends. I love how a lot of people are able to also come on the show, network with each other even afterwards. It's great to be able to know that. And I would love to be able to exchange contact numbers with Lenny and Josh and Eric, and why not? But at the end of the day, fun tournament. Would you like to win it all, my friend?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I'm a competitor. It's in my nature to want to win. So at the end of the day, trip to Greece and the money, that's incredible. But what we're doing is awesome. And I'm getting to hang out with you and some other legends. So look, if I get to play ball with a bunch of legends and with yourself, Avi, I'll do it every day of the week. And I cannot wait to cheers you in Greece.
Oh, I love that. I concur, my friend. Josh, I'm going to put you backstage for a moment and bring you right back.
Thank you.
Mr. Josh Henderson, guys and gals and pals who are watching, thank you again for believing in us. And remember, guys, there's nothing about a day that can stay bad, even if it starts off as bad. It sounds cheesy, but I'd rather be sappy than cynical. Lend somebody your smile, even if you don't have it. They might need it more than you. Just try. Guys, our next participant, we should never discourage young people from dreaming dreams. If you want it, you got to give it. If you fail the first time, it's just this chance to start over again. And those quotes epitomize my next guest, guys and gals and pals. He is a Hall of Fame human being, and he's a Hall of Fame coach, a Hall of Fame athlete, and someone I consider a friend. Life is a sacrifice. Offer it. Life is love. Enjoy it. The latter rings true when beginning to describe my next guest, guys. He's a 4-time, take that in for a moment, a 4-time Basketball Hall of Fame inductee, but he's also a Hall of Fame human being that has inspired the masses with his unwavering sense of duty to assist others. He's without question class personified. The man about to enter is a 4-time Hall of Famer. If you tried guarding him in his prime, it couldn't be done, not even if you hired a lion tamer. As far as his resume is concerned, by the time I finished reading it, the Energizer Bunny would drop. An empty cup would fill to the top, and the state of Arizona might experience its first raindrop. When speaking of his legacy, one must first acknowledge his class as well as his heart. He has put the needs of the less fortunate and foremost, and reminds us all that we are all together, not far apart. He was born in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn, New York in 1937. He persevered but experienced great difficulties growing up. It wasn't exactly always heaven. A priest named Tom Mannion convinced him to play basketball in his senior year. The fans were grateful for this because he made them all cheer, while as a coach, they would hear and adhere. He earned his bachelor's degree in 1960, while his Providence team made it to the NIT Finals, where he was named MVP. He was drafted by the NBA St. Louis Hawks 6th overall. He could pass, score, and certainly play great D. He made it to the NBA All-Star team 9 out of 10 years. That alone is quite the feat. And by the way, if memory serves me correctly, he was the All-Star Game MVP in 71, I think, as well. He got the Supersonics to 2 straight NBA Final appearances and the title in 1979. Do you know who watched tapes of these teams and enjoyed their games? Yours truly, Avi Klein. He transformed the Cleveland Cavaliers into a bona fide contender. He had the respect and admiration of his players, who absorbed and applied his ideologies, a thing of splendor. He became the all-time winningest coach in 1995 while coaching the Hawks and was inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame 4 times. I can offer up a bevy of credentials, guys and gals, but let's put a finish to these rhymes. Can we count the accolades in this man's resume? Probably not. There are too many. Who is he assisted off the court? The number is staggering, guys and gals. So put your hands together for a humble, down-to-earth, kind human being. Last name Wilkens, first name Lenny. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
You deserve every bit of it. It gives me great joy to honor you, my friend, because here you are, a point guard in life. And I really want to say this because a lot of times people think of a point guard as the quarterback on the basketball court, but you're a quarterback in life. You've assisted so many. You put the needs of the less fortunate before your very own, and you provide people the microphone in life so that they can have a voice. And that's very inspiring, Lenny. I want you to know that.
Well, it's so important. I mean, family, there's nothing like family. That's the best and the greatest of everything. And so when we understand that and we know how valuable family is, then we become incredible human beings.
Amen to that, Lenny. There's no doubt about that. I want to ask you a question. It's so remarkable to see how much you care about human beings and really see the right side of humanity. I feel like when it comes to 2025, we need more human beings that have the same approach you do. You meet people at the same level. You respect them. And I think that's something that might be a bit lost. Would you always encourage the youth of today to lead with respect, to lead with positivity before judging others?
I would do that. I would do that. I think that young people, you know, we need to know what's going on in the world. We need to touch one another's lives.
Yes, sir.
And when we do that, we make the world a better, safer place. Really, people smile. They see one another. They say hello. They're not afraid to talk to one another. And that's so important. That we need that today. And so I would encourage young people that touch each other's lives, you know, make it safer, make it easier, and make it more fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friend, you definitely do that. You inspire the masses so very much. I'm glad that our mutual friend Pete Babcock introduced us, because the first words out of Pete Babcock's mouth is, "Are you ready, Avi?" I go, "Are you ready for what?" He goes, "Are you ready to have some Kleenex next to you? Because Lenny makes you feel. Lenny makes you feel." And you have that gift, my friend. So thank you for being you. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much, really.
My friend, I love the fact that at the end of the day, you know, we don't hang our hats on our resumes, but gosh almighty, to reach the heights that you have requires so much work and consistency, and I respect that wholeheartedly. 155 luminaries, Hall of Famers, and award winners in this very positive celebrity tournament. Would you like to win it all, my friend?
I definitely would. Why
that.
not? Listen, yeah, let's make each other's lives better. You know,
I love that.
Why not?
I appreciate that. My friend, I'll put you backstage momentarily and bring you right back.
Okay.
Mr. Lenny Wilkens, to our audience, guys and gals and pals, who has really touched so many lives. And speaking of another man who touched so many lives, what he does, we travel in the same circles. For independent artists to bestow them with his sage advice, that's not just inspiring, that's rare. For him to take time out of his day, both he and his wife are special gems. And I could tell you right now that as busy as they are, the first thing that I always see when they're on screen here, and they've done a lot of these, is they've got a smile so wide. And that's so rare. Despite the fact that, you know, people are off screen and running around 90 miles per hour, he and his wife, they give so much to one another and to us. We can't change the direction of the wind, but we can adjust the sails to always reach our destination. Respect for ourselves guides our morals. Respect for others guides our manners. Guys and gals and pals, our next guest was born in Biloxi, Mississippi, but he grew up in Atlanta, GA. He began acting at 4.5. A mute clown is what he would first play. He was cast in a locally produced TV show entitled The Little Pioneers. His range is vast, guys and gals and pals, and his drive is limitless. His work produced a bevy of cheers. As a child, he grew up doing a lot of Shakespeare, something that truly speaks to me. Anyone with deep respect for the bard can truly unlock their spirit and watch it be set free. After graduating from Grady High School in 1974, Roberts went to London, where he studied drama at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. He connected with the craft, a perfect fit, bullseye, like watching Spock playing darts. Speaking of his gift, legendary casting director Marion Doherty had the perfect view. He was a presence on stage and soon King of the Gypsies would mark his feature film debut. He was nominated for the Golden Globe Awards not once, not twice, but thrice. His incredible body of work includes Raggedy Man, The Dark Knight, and Inherent Vice, The Pope of Greenwich Village, Best of the Best, and Runaway Train, in which he was an Oscar and Academy Award nominee. With over 700 credits to his name, his vocation truly gives him glee. The man has been all around the world, and they appreciate his artistry from Mumbai to Shanghai, Austin to Boston, Aruba to Cuba, Angola, Pensacola, Arizona, Barcelona, Daytona to Verona, Alaska to Nebraska, Bombay to LA, Sudan to Japan, Montreal to Nepal, Minnesota to North Dakota. He's a supporter of animal rights and is a black belt in Taekwondo. Are these rhymes done? Yet, nada, nope. He's a kind man and is honestly refreshing, as it provides all of us a ton of hope. His passion for the arts runs like a river. Never does he experience a creative drought. No doubt, he's ready for this bout. He was nominated for the Golden Globes, guys and gals, as I mentioned, but if you pick a film of his, I'm here, guys and gals. I'm always going to be there. Just name the price. He's helped many filmmakers as one of the hardest working storytellers in showbiz. Y'all can't wait to see, guys and gals, him enter this virtual arena. Nobody wants a Saturday night quiz. His positive energy always lights up the room, as his aura is never grim. Let's not forget the love that he and his wife has for animals. That is something that speaks to us, her, and him. Through discipline, passion, consistency, and joy, he's built his foundation brick by brick. He's here, guys and gals, to give us himself, which we appreciate. So let's bring him out quick. So put your hands together for warm, humble, talented, multifaceted, versatile, substance over style human being. Last name Roberts, first name Eric. Welcome, my friend.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Animals. There's an animal.
Yes. Who is that?
That's Stevie.
This is Stevie Nicks.
This one here is Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Stevie and Wonder.
Hence their names.
Eliza, welcome as well. You guys are just such an inspiration. You really are.
Hi.
I told one of my exes, why can't we have been like Eric and Eliza? We would have got things would have worked out better if we were like Eric and Eliza. You guys are so very energetic and passionate about life. And Eric, I got to ask you this: you never seem to I guess stop. You never really seem to get bored by this amazing craft in this industry that you've been in for such a long time. You still have the same amount of passion that you had when you first started. I'm assuming. Am I right?
By the way, you have to stop introducing me as a black belt in Taekwondo. I am not. You're going to get me beat up by a real black belt.
Not my intention. Not my intention, I promise. But I'll tell you, Eric, you really love this craft of storytelling.
I just have so much fun, and I get to do it every day, pretty much. And how can I say no when they keep calling?
Well, you're never going to say no because they're going to keep calling, my friend. Trust me when I tell you that. I want to tell Eric something as well, and to Eliza. So one of my mentors was Richard Donner, who introduced me into this amazing industry and got me into Lionsgate before I went to Universal. And he had told me about Marion Doherty. And for the last 5 years, it's finally gotten greenlit by Universal. I wrote a screenplay about Marion Doherty because, as you know, Eric, she gave so many opportunities and really gave them sort of a launching pad.
She discovered us all, dude. She was the queen. She had the eyeballs. She could see the talent and say, "Come here. You're gonna be, boom. I'm gonna put you right here." And she'd introduce us to all the right people and put us on the right offices.
Sure.
And she was an actor lover, and people don't like actors because actors aren't really likable. We're very needy babies, and she loved us and was good to us and took care of us. As people don't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, what she did with the casting department, she was such an innovator and a trailblazer. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, my friend, again, we're having a great grand old time. Would it be a cool thing to win the whole thing? Of course, we talk 15 grand, 5-day, 5-night trip to Greece. Would you like to win the entire celebrity tournament, my friend?
I have to be honest with you. I'm not in it to win it. I'm in it for the journey.
I love it. The journey. Mr. Eric Roberts, Mr. Josh, and hey, the journey might take you to Greece. You never know.
I'll go.
There you go. Mr. Eric Roberts, Mr.
will go with me.
Why not? There we go. Stevie will be there. Of course, Knicks will be there. Named after my favorite basketball team, the Knicks. I'm a Queens, New Yorker, Eric. So there's that. I'm going to set up top. What's that, Eric?
Like Chris Walken.
Yes, like Christopher Walken. Oh my! And by the way, a great Christopher Walken story that he told me about Eric regarding, I believe, 1983 or 1984. In a particular hotel lobby. It was a positive story. It was absolutely great. I'm going to tell you that off camera because I would love for you to hear it. I'm sure you experienced it and remember it, but Christopher Walken remembers it like it was yesterday. So that's a cool story right there. Okay. Mr. Eric Roberts, Mr. Lenny Wilkens, Mr. Josh Henderson, and you guys and gals and pals, please as well, feel free to comment as you always do. I want to tell Eric, Lenny, and Josh this. We have the most positive community in the world. They're so intelligent. They're so thoughtful, which we appreciate. And in 2025, it's great to be able to see people type and express their sentiments in such a way that is normally considered cold over a device. But man, oh man, our audience, we really appreciate them. I call this topic 1899 because in this scenario, you've all been granted permission to travel back to a specific date and time in the United States. That date and time would be December 31st, 1899. You've been granted a wish, the ability to reshape the 20th century through a film. Now, this film is going to be released in the year 1900. In an astonishing turn of events, every major war and historic atrocity will cease to come to fruition. You'll travel to each decade of the 20th century, each decade, and play this film to different audiences, and its lasting effect will bring forth harmony, understanding, and peace. My questions for you, and please give us the whys if you can as far as why you made the selections and choices you made, is A, what would you title this film and why? Who would you choose to direct this film and why? And see which historical figure would you choose to accompany you on a 20th century trip through time and why. Now, I'm going to give Lenny Wilkens a chance to delve into this first. Lenny, A, B, or C, in any order that you like. It's really doesn't really matter in any order that you like. Of course, when you're finished, I'll pop back on screen. I'll send it over to Eric Roberts and then to Josh. Same topic for all three gentlemen. Lenny, whenever you are ready, my friend, The floor
Okay,
is
I'll
yours.
let you guys know I have to go pee. I'll be right back.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'll sit in for Eric, but it
Eliza.
happens at a certain point in life, you know. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Nature calls. And again, 1899. We're about to enter the 20th century of 1900. Lenny Wilkens, whenever you are ready, good sir, the floor is yours.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy that I'm most impressed with in history, Winston Churchill. That's who I would love to go back in time with. He was precocious. He was smart. He knew how to touch people's lives. He related to people. He made the world safer, better place to be in. And when you think about him, Winston Churchill, you know, unreal, unbelievable human being. And I would love to have spent time with him to see how he had affected people, how he communicated with people. You know, there's nothing like family, nothing like experiences and places to have been if you have had the opportunity to go with him.
That's amazing that you selected Winston Churchill. Yeah. As your historical figure to accompany you on a trip throughout the 20th century, a lot of people don't know that he was half American as well, Winston Churchill.
Right.
That's such a little known fact about Winston, but he was such an accomplished everything, fill in the blank, Lenny, as you know, accomplished artist.
Yes.
I mean, he found painting as a therapeutic hobby as well.
Oh, he was incredible. And he wanted to be a part of life, so much so that he was willing and experienced to touch everything.
Sure.
And this is a guy that, let me tell you, you would never sake for one if you were with him.
Absolutely. And you know, because you're right, in 1945, when that coward Adolf Hitler had nothing but 15-year-olds and senior citizens guarding his bunker, because that's all that was left, essentially, in 45, in the spring, early spring. Winston Churchill predicted it a year before. He says, when this man has nothing left around him, he'll still find a way to kill those that are considered human.
That's right.
And what a quote! Like, what a quote! Oh my gosh! In 44, he said this, which is amazing. You picked Lenny, Winston Churchill, absolutely. Now, who would you choose to direct this film and why, Lenny?
Well, you know, probably Winston also. You know, he was smart, he was bright, and he would have found what were the keys? What do I need to tell this story, to make people really understand what was going on? And he would have found it.
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all. Winston Churchill. A little known fact that I remember reading about when I taught history. And by the way, Lenny and Eric and Josh, I stopped teaching history because this is a true story. Well, the assistant principal, the AP, walks in the room during one of my old do nows on the chalkboard that I'm putting down, and she walks up to me and says, "You spelled Frederick Douglass's last name wrong." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You put 2 S's." I go, "It had 2 S's." Yeah. Frederick Douglass. That was strike one, and strike two is this. I introduced Diane Nash, who's still with us. She's an original freedom writer, and she's done so very much. She marched with Martin Luther King, and I introduced Diane. Yeah, Lenny, I'll tell you, I introduced her to my AP, and instead of my AP shaking her hand and saying it's an honor, she did one of these that the kiddos do, one of those head nods, and I said, "I'm out of here." Like, that's the most disrespectful thing you could do to somebody like a Diane Nash, an original freedom writer.
Oh, unreal. Dr. King, all of them, Andy Young. Listen, these are people who really made a mark in history. And
for sure.
I was very honored. I got to meet Dr. King, and I played cards with him. We played hearts.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Yeah, Lenny, your story, and I want everyone to know this, what you did during the civil rights era is remarkable. I want our younger viewers to know that. You won't say it, so I will. There were so many incredible people of influence who back then lent their voice to a cause. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Jim Brown, Lenny Wilkens. Yeah, I mean, I really respect that. And, when you picked Winston, I have to say this too. So I remember saying this once years ago when I read this. I have to check my facts, but he actually, so the first known use of OMG was in a letter to Winston Churchill. OMG.
Wow.
The first Baron Fisher sent a letter to Winston Churchill in 1973. And when Fisher wrote, "I hear that the new order of knighthood is on the tapis. OMG, shower it in admiralty." So that was the first use of OMG was to Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to title this film, Lenny, what title would you give it?
Well, I'm still there, but
sure.
The title, Peace and Love.
Sure.
And those are the two most powerful words. Peace, love for one another.
I respect that wholeheartedly. And of course, I know our viewers will give us their opinions as well. And guys, Mr. Eric Roberts, every time I talk history with Eric Roberts, it's a blast and it's a joy. We do that a lot. Josh, I know how much you respect history, and just based on the range that Josh, Eric, and Lenny have as human beings, let alone artists, I'm always, I got the best seat in the house is what I'm trying to say. I sit back and I watch Eric Roberts, Lenny Wilkens, and Josh Henderson. I'll set this up, Mr. Eric Roberts, for you as well. Again, we're traveling back in time. The date's December 31st, 1899. You're traveling through each decade of the 20th century. The objective of this film is to bring together world peace in mind. What would you title this film and why? Who would you choose to direct this film and why? And which historical figure would you choose to accompany you on this trip through time and why? Whenever you're ready, Eric Roberts, the floor is yours, good sir.
Wow, what a heavy situation you put me in. The title of this film would be either Beyond Imagine, or Conceivable, or See the Day, as in Never See the Day. If Beyond Imagine, it's because of John Lennon's song Imagine, which is the roadmap to achieve exactly the opposite of what we're living now. Since it is a film, not a song, it would take Imagine one step further. If it's conceivable, it would be because of the defeating phrase we use so often. Oh, it's inconceivable. No, it's conceivable. It's possible. It's doable. And what's a third? Go back.
Who would you choose to direct this film?
Well, my wife.
Wow.
I would want to direct it, but I would call her and say help, because she's so poignantly aware of subtleties, innuendos, little tricks that don't have to shove it down your throat. And I'm kind of a shove it down your throat guy, so I would call the wife to make it palatable. Yeah. And is that the historical figure question too? No, that's something else, right?
Yeah, no, as far as the historical figure that you would have to accompany you on this journey, who would that be, Eric?
Well, it would have to be either Carl Sagan, Phil Donahue,
sure,
or Jackie Kennedy.
I have to ask you about Phil Donahue. That's an interesting choice. And gosh almighty, I remember Phil, of course, before the Oprahs and before anybody else, of course. What would make you go Phil Donahue?
Well, I liked his marriage, and I liked how I trusted him. He had such a strong sense of the guy you could trust. And it was real, I think. I don't think it was a persona. And so I was always suckered by that completely.
Sure.
And I loved his marriage, as I love mine.
You know, I think there's a lot to be said about comedy and levity. And much like Christopher Walken, who we spoke about briefly, I always felt like you were able to convey both menace and offbeat humor in such a way that was so very authentic and so very genuine. And it seemed so very seamless and so very easy to the naked eye, of course, that was watching, Eric. And I bring this up because sometimes it's great to take these matters seriously, but in those moments that are serious, we could find levity in almost every moment. Can't we, Eric?
Well said, boss. I was neighbors with Chris Walken for 23, 25 years. Sure. He is one of the brightest, kindest, most interesting people you'll ever meet who can cook on the planet. And he comes across like he doesn't care, he does care, and he cares in all the right ways for all the right reasons. He's a cool ass cat, but you never know it from his persona.
Yeah, I feel like if anyone wants to, I guess, wave the white flag and call it a day, all they have to do, Josh and Lenny, is remind themselves that Eric overcame so much. You had a stuttering problem when you were young, and I can't imagine how debilitating that could have been. And when I say overcame, of course, we take things one step at a time. But I could again tell you that through your body of work, through your expressions, the way you handle yourself, the way you communicate with others, I think that that's probably one of the most remarkable things I've heard, that you overcame a stuttering problem and excelled in an industry where you have to communicate.
Oh, that's so kind of you. It would not have been a problem, except kids are cruel. And when I was a kid, I was, and everybody would laugh. And so I became the kid who couldn't talk. And so I was the joke. And but it's only because kids are cruel. If kids weren't cruel, it would never have been a problem. It would just been, the guy's got a stutter, so what? We're moving on. And but you know, kids are cruel. And as you go up, you find out that all adults are kids who got tall.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a great way of putting it. There's before I transition and ask Josh Henderson the same question, and then we have one more topic and we'll call it a day. Lenny and Josh, was there anything that you two had to overcome that seemed, dare I use the word impossible? I don't like to use that word, but was there anything that seemed almost impossible to overcome when you were both younger?
Go ahead, Lenny.
I didn't have to overcome anything, but my dad died when I was 5.
Oh, that's rough.
So my mom had to be mom. She had to be boss. She had to be in charge of everything. And she made us understand that we had to be accountable for who we were. And so I never got over that. And as a youngster growing up, I was very proud of her, what she did, what she accomplished, and how she brought us up. Hey, it wasn't easy in Bed-Stuy neighborhood where I was, but I learned that I could make a difference. I learned that I could achieve, and I got to meet people, and I met Jackie Robinson, and he always told me, I asked him how he accomplished certain things, and he told me that they could never get inside his head. And I thought that was powerful. And that was something I learned at a very early age.
That's incredible. Yeah, you to Josh and to Eric, Henrietta, your mom was such a hard worker. She was such a hard worker. She worked at a candy factory, and there were a lot of hardships. And I think when you mentioned your father died suddenly, Leonard, your father.
Yes.
Yeah, when you were a preschooler, and you and your siblings were supported by the wages that your mother earned, and you kept your emotions at bay. You worked hard in school. You stayed out of trouble. But it was hard to obviously trust people at that age. And you stepped into the role of being an adult way before most children do.
Well, we had to. And but I saw Jackie Robinson, and there was a priest friend in my parish, Father Tom Mannion,
right,
who was very strong. And so that helped me to achieve, to get better, to accomplish. And
absolutely.
And I never wanted for anything after that.
Yeah, and it's great that Tom Mannion persuaded you to play basketball for the high school team as a senior, because if not, we would have been robbed of the joy of Lenny Wilkens. So that's the great Hall of Fame coach and player who gives back. Josh, anything that you had to overcome that was a major struggle?
Well, I can relate to what Lenny was talking about, and I appreciate that. Thank you for telling us, sharing that with us. But I can relate. Never had a father. Was raised by a single mother, and had 2 younger sisters that pretty much helped raise. And so I grew up pretty quick. And, you know, we were in a pretty dangerous neighborhood. And so there was a lot of things that are scary to, I think, anyone, much less, you know, a child. You know, I grew up quick and realized things that I wanted to be and things that I didn't want to be. And I searched and for different role models and people that I could count on. And, you know, my mother remarried and a man came into my life, my grandfather. His name was Dr. Warren Holtzman. He was an incredible human being. And he really showed me that no matter, you know, everyone's handed different cards in life, but it just depends on how you view everything. You can look at everything and be a victim, or you can look at everything and understand exactly what you want and what you want to go for and what you don't want. And so I was instilled at a pretty early age, a big drive for me to hopefully achieve my dreams and be successful. I've in my career, I've never, ever imagined that I would be doing what I'm doing. I'm so grateful for this career in this industry and these things that have happened in my life. But it all started when I was younger and really just developing a drive. I knew that if I wanted something, I was going to have to go get it, and I was going to have to work hard for it. And you know, here I am, hanging out with you awesome folks.
Well, you know, you should definitely take your roses, Josh, because as I always tell people that I put the work in before the mic is live. And you do that as well. You put the work in before the mic is live. Your prep. There's something to be said about, again, your amazing mother Sharon, who was there for you. You grew up with high goals, and I think that's great that someone can express that to the youth of today. That perhaps, without generalizing, all think that if they bow down to the gods of TikTok, they'll become overnight sensations, which is delusional. Number one. And then let's say for 1 second, let's say everybody that we know up until the age of 25, everyone that we know, grandkids, kids, nephews, nieces, let's say everyone in unison says, we're going to devote our lives to TikTok, and we're all going to become viral stars. Great. What have you learned? Nothing. You've learned nothing. You've accomplished nothing. You're not ready for the success that now has been thrown your way, right? So thank you for instilling how hard work and perseverance matters. And again, Josh, the same question for you. We're talking about 1899 into the 20th century. Film's objective is to bring people together with world peace in mind. What would you title this film and why? Who would you choose to direct this film and why? And which historical figure would you choose to accompany you on this trip through time and why? Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours, good sir.
Thank you so much. Eric and Lenny, you guys get great answers. So tough act to follow, but mine's a little left field. I hope people out there can enjoy this one, but the film is titled The Keanu Effect. Back in 1899, I don't think anyone knew who Keanu Reeves was, but he's a very interesting human being. I think that he has achieved some things when it comes to whether it's his career or his films that have, you know, crossed generations, and he's been around a long time and made some incredible pieces of art. But no matter what kind of success or fame or money, nothing's changed him. And he has not only been an absolute humble human being, I think, through everything that he's achieved, but it's not about that. It's about the person that he is. He's an actor, but that's what he does. It's not who he is. And so I think that someone that can achieve these things, that, trust me, fame and money and all these things can really affect someone. Human beings, you know, I think sometimes we're not conditioned to maybe achieve some of these things when it comes to like the entertainment industry, but yet he has stayed humble, and he's a very unique and interesting human being, and he gives back. He rides the subway. He gives. I mean, he gives part of his paycheck back to the movie so that other actors can be a part of it, that his crew can be there, that we can hire more people. But all that said and done, he does a lot for cancer research and for children's hospitals. And I just think he's a very unique being. So the Keanu Effect, I think, would be the movie or the title of it. Who would I bring back? I don't know. Maybe Keanu, because that would make sense. And who I would direct, I'm a big fan of Robert Zemeckis. He's a great storyteller. One of my favorite films is Forrest Gump, and I think that movie also is timeless, and really just tells a story of one human being who goes through so many trials and tribulations, and at the end of the day is a beautiful soul And so I think that Robert told a great story with that film. And so I think if you put him with the Keanu effect and what Keanu's done to just try to be a better human being, it's not about him. It's about who's sitting to my left and right. And so, yeah, I think that I know that may be an odd answer, but that's kind of what I came up with.
No, that's not odd at all, man. That's not odd at all. I think that's pretty cool. A lot of people that never really thought they would receive an opportunity to be plugged in somewhere were able to shine. And I guess I asked this question to Lenny as well, who's one of the greatest coaches of all time. How could I not ask Lenny this question? Were there certain people, and I won't mention any names, of course, Craig Elo, who loves Lenny Wilkens, all of his players did, but were there, and then Lenny, when he was with the Houston Rockets, he didn't really get much playing time. You brought him in right away, and of course now he plays a pivotal role. I use him as an example. There have been situations, right, where much like Josh's choice of Keanu Reeves, if you give someone an opportunity and put them in a role they never thought they would actually have, sometimes they could surprise you, right?
No question about it. And, you know, you can make people better than they are. You can help them to achieve. Give them an opportunity. Let them know that they can make a difference. And I've always felt that. And when I was given the opportunity, I was able to step up into that role. So no question about it.
Yeah. And you know, Lenny and Josh, Eric does the same, because a lot of the independent storytellers that I know, being at Universal now hasn't changed my outlook on this industry. I like to do the things I did 30 years ago, which is rip open a script, look for that subtext, and enjoy the process of it all. And they tell me that Eric is so very open and present on set. Eric, do you find it also as gratifying to give some of the youth, some of the young storytellers, as much advice and see them excel as much as you have? Is it as gratifying to see them do that as well?
Well, I don't know that I'm that mature, but I love Cruz. Cruz is my favorite people.
Yeah.
And I'm on set with Cruz every day. Cruz are the people of the movie industry.
That's right.
They're the coolest. They work the hardest.
Yeah.
And they have the best humor, and they complain about lunch the most. I love Cruz. And they're my peeps, and they're who keep me humble, and they're who keep me grounded, and they're who keep me happy. I love Cruz.
Yeah, I you know, when people want to talk about the Eric Roberts story, you know, I mentioned about the stuttering and how storytelling maybe helped save that. When you found out that you could memorize lines, you know, you spent part of the summer of '73 at London's Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, which is absolutely incredible that, you know, you did that. And then at 17, you returned to Georgia. And a few years later, you leave to New York, where you live at a YMCA. You took classes at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. You find TV work on Another World. And then again, if you think about how so many people talk about their breaks, maybe it's not so much a break. Maybe nothing was really broke to begin with. It's the ability to drive that car, as roughed up as it is, so it could take you from point A to point B in your career, right? Everybody wants the Maserati, but they're not willing to drive the '71 Dodge. So. Look,
you know, we can all talk about the things that are good about ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm extraordinarily lucky. There's so many people that have talent, that have drive, that have everything it takes, and yet they haven't had a chance. And I got chance after chance after chance. I took advantage of them. I got very lucky in that I could, but it was the chances I was given. And so when you get depressed, just keep driving, because you're going to get that chance. It's out there to be gotten.
I love your purpose. And, you know, Lenny and Josh, I think I told Josh this the last time he was on with Carlito. When I had a 20-minute conversation with James Earl Jones, who was incredible. Obviously, he told me one of his greatest joys was playing Othello, of course. Why not? And then the other thing, when I told him about, of course, some of the storytellers he worked with, he rattled off a list of 10, 12 names, and we got to Eric Roberts. He said, boy, did he have purpose. Did he have meaning with everything that he did? And I want to share that with Eric, because as a fellow peer that you worked with, I think it's great to have the respect of your peers, to have them acknowledge how authentic and how dedicated you are, my friend.
That moves me so much. I worked with James 4 times. So we're very close. I loved him very much. And he said to me once, one of my greatest compliments from another actor, we had the scene outside, and I said to him at the end of the scene, "It's the only thing I'm good at." Cut. And James said to me, "How the F do you do that?" He was just very good to me.
You want to talk about respect, Eric and Josh? Red Auerbach was quoted as saying, I didn't ask, I never met Red, but I read a lot, and I read about Red, and when Red in his book mentioned that there was only one person that didn't upset me to see light up a cigar, and that was Lenny Wilkens when he broke Red Auerbach's record. And Lenny did that to honor Mr. Arnold Red Auerbach, right, Lenny?
That's correct. That's correct. I wanted to honor him, and he was said that he was happy it was me. So it was a mutual thing, and I thought Red was one of the best. One of the best.
Absolutely. And you know, Eric and Lenny, Josh, again, will be humble, won't say this, but I will, made a fast friend in Larry Hagman, who was best known to audiences as JR from Dallas.
Yeah,
you all remember that hit Dallas. And when Josh was cast in Dallas, of course, when it returned in the early 2010. Josh, when did it return? 2012, 13?
We got I got cast in 2011. We shot the pilot summer of 2011. Series the first season in the fall, and we came out in June of 2012. So
right, that's incredible.
Yeah, we got to. I was very fortunate to get to meet Larry clearly and work with him the last couple of years of his life. And it was wild when I heard they were bringing Dallas back. You know, I was born in Dallas, Texas, so I was excited, hoping that I got a chance to read for it. And I was like, man, if I could play JR's son, that'd be insane. And somehow, by the grace of God, and I was very blessed to be able to do that and hang out with Larry the last few years of his life, because he passed away in the middle of shooting season 2. And it had already been written that, you know, John Ross and J.R. Ewing were going to go battle it out for, you know, power and South Fork and the oil and everything. And the writers had to rewrite the second half of the season 2 right away. And it was a big kind of a gut punch, you know, hearing about his passing, because none of us really knew he had been sick, but
sure,
you would never know it. And what I respected and admire about Larry is his energy was just incredible. It was unmatched, but you know, he was really fighting for his life those last 2 years, and we never had a clue. When he showed up, he was ready to shoot. He'd be, you know, I remember specifically one day we were shooting in a court scene, and the whole cast was there, and Larry, this one scene took about 6 or 7 hours, and Larry didn't even have a line. He didn't complain. He sat there the whole time, and 3 days later he passed away.
Oh my gosh.
It was just inspiring to watch him work. And
Sure.
Every day he was excited, happy, laughing, all the way to the end. So that really showed me that.
Wow.
I'm sorry?
That's dying with your boots on.
It's straight up, really. And he went out. Apparently, you know, he had Patrick Duffy and Linda Gray there at his bedside when the day he passed, and they said he was joking and just went out in true JR fashion, just happy, excited about what was next. The next.
Oh my gosh, when he was so that reminds me of my dad. My dad passed away last November, and it went from, he had everything, CHF, COPD, he had the works, but my dad, Lenny, and Eric and Josh was a very quiet, humble man, but he was a tall man, 6'7", used to box, played a lot of sports. Very rugged guy, told it like it is, which I always appreciated. So they're telling him, we're going to give you a new pacemaker, and then we'll monitor you. And if everything goes well, you can get discharged in 5 days. It went from that to getting a phone call from my brother saying they just said Dad has 2 days to live, and he's in the hospital already. So I go down there to visit my dad and forget everything. Of course, it's my father, and it's kind of why I moved to New Jersey. I'm not in Santa Monica anymore because I want to take care of my dad. So I'm visiting him in the hospital. And he's noticing that everyone's very glum, of course. Where he's told he has another day left. So I tell my dad, I said, you know, I'm going to stay here. And he goes, no, you're going to do your show on Saturday. I said, no, I'm not. He said, yes, you are, because I don't have Wi-Fi or internet. I've never seen you. I've never seen you do your thing. So this was the show that Tim Hardaway Sr. was on. He
wow.
Said, he said to me, your mom right next to me has Wi-Fi on her phone. Go do the show so I can finally watch it. And I'm struggling, like, I don't know, like a Rubik's Cube. What do I do? How do I figure this thing out? I want to be with my dad. Finally, he says, I insist. Don't make me waste my words for nothing. Go and do the show so I could watch it. And as I'm about to leave the room, he realizes everyone's tearing and everyone's bawling and there's so much emotion in the room. He summons me with his big old fingers like this and says, I forgot one thing. And I'm thinking, what kind of sage advice is he going to give me now? And he does this purposely to make us laugh. He goes, I forgot. It's very important that you remember this. I go, what, Dad? He goes, give me some of that water on that table. So he read the room. He read the room. And it was like cool to know that the last thing I remember about my dad is the power to make people laugh, that the ability to make people laugh. Yeah. I appreciate this time with you guys. I want to say this. I put something together in post-production. I like doing this. This is for Lenny, 60 seconds, for Eric, 60 seconds, for Josh, 60 seconds. Who would narrate Lenny's life story? Who would narrate Lenny's journey through words and images? Who would narrate Eric Roberts' life story? Who would narrate Josh? Let's find out right now who would narrate Lenny's life story.
Together in so many ways, our language, our music, our social patterns, our material prosperity. In a real sense, a nonviolent philosophy comes along and says that the end is pre-existent in the means. The means represent the ideal in the making and the end in process. Arguing that love is the supreme unifying force of life. To meet this challenge and be a part of that great creative movement that will seek to bring about change and transform those dark yesterdays of man's inhumanity to man into bright tomorrows of justice and peace and goodwill. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
You know, life becomes better when we share knowledge.
Well, from me to you, Lenny, you deserve every bit of that, my friend. That would be
Thank you so much.
That was so moving. Wow.
Yeah.
Eric and Josh, again, Lenny won't bring this up because he's humble, but an amazing statue, well deserved. I saw Spencer Haywood in that shot as well. Spencer's a dear friend of mine, and it was great to see and hear stories in the last 4, 5, 6 months of NBA players gather around and tell Lenny Wilkens stories and how he made them better human beings. And you deserve to know that, my friend. You really do. So
thank you.
Love that. Who would narrate Mr. Eric Roberts' story? Let's find out right now.
Basically, my desire was to entertain people. As I studied writing and diction and acting and singing and 8 different kinds of dancing, and I benefited from that year more than anything else in the world. Plus, she was a very supportive woman, and she was a brilliant talent herself. I'll tell you one thing. First of all, I think he's a good actor and all the things you need. He was hungry. I'm basically a showman, so I don't think I would try anything that I didn't think had some wider appeal than just my own life. But greatness is something else. It's something we all aspire to, and very few of us get there. A few people who are touched by God, Roses still are the thing that implies love, perfection, beauty, and that they represent special occasions to us. So I think that's why. But you have appreciation for beauty.
Your father wakes you up to watch The Late Show when you're around 8 years old, and you watched guys like Robert Dunay from Goodbye Mr. Chips, and he said, man, that's real acting. That's what I want to do. Is that right?
Yeah, I was actually 6. I was in the first grade, and he woke me up for the 11:30 movie, which was in the middle of the night for me at 6, and he says, I want you to see a movie. So I got up and I watched. I couldn't believe it was one person playing that man from 19 to 80, and that was the first seed of playing other people.
Mr. Eric Roberts, incredible. Yeah, you've touched the lives of many, my friend, and you again. I think we need to be reminded of that sometimes because, isn't it strange, Lenny and Josh and Eric, that the hardest thing it is for some people in this world is to actually admit to others they care about how much they move them. It seems to be like this immovable force that people can't seem to bring themselves to the point of telling someone, even if it's a stranger, even if it's an acquaintance, even if it's a friend or a family member, you inspired me, you touched me, you made me better today, or at least this hour or this minute. So, Eric, kudos to you, my friend, for being a solid human being. I appreciate you.
I am so moved. Thank you so much.
You deserve that, man. And that's what this is about, is to remind you guys that you've done so much and you're so busy. It's hard to remember that, but you've done so much for others. And who would narrate Mr. Josh Henderson's story through images and words?
Family, part of my family. Wonderful guy, and he and I struck up a friendship. Yeah, we just hit it off.
I love that. I love that photo.
It was great training because you got paid to learn. You know, camera, how to use it, and how to have it use you. It was a great learning period. It's choices. It really comes down to choices. And so I get to live the part. I look at it as a craft, too. Be compassionate. Look at people's lives and see where they're coming from, or try to imagine, and be compassionate with it. Because it was an experience like being one with everything, with the cosmos, with everything. I still experience that, and it was an illuminating experience that gave me compassion and ended the fear of death for me. There is it's called the Serenity Prayer. God, give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Everyone should be able to have a right to an opinion, but also have an openness. It's that old saying, listen more than you speak, right? Like,
oh man, and gosh almighty, a great listener, but I think we can all attest to the fact that we want to hear Josh speak, because there are no wasted words when you do, my friend. No wasted words. I mean,
wow.
That, man. It's
that was awesome, and it really is. Honestly, it's really an honor to be with this awesome group today. I mean, again, this is just another thing that can humble me and let me know that it's just, life is beautiful. It's such a gift, and I am just so blessed. So thank you so much for that. And it was such an honor to watch Lenny and Eric, to watch that for you guys. That was great. I'm so grateful.
I
We
feel
are
the same way.
also blessed, and thank you for all of you. This has been fantastic.
Thank you so much, Lenny. And that means a lot to me. And to Eric and Lenny and Josh, Lenny's a fellow New Yorker. I can't stop pinching myself and believing that everything that's happening to my life, even the Knicks are playing well right now. Even the New York Knicks are playing good basketball finally. So I went through a lot of hardships there. Guys, we're going to tackle our final topic, and that's it, our last one. But I do want to do this because Lenny and Eric and Josh, we've lost a few people in this journey that have been part of the TKN Celebrity Tournament as well, from athletes to storytellers. This is a very quick video, a memorial to those that we've lost in this journey in 2023, 2024, and 2025. Trio of options for Gallagher, more underrated than why. Sauerkraut, Henry Kissinger's deep, soothing voice, or dogs wearing sweaters.
I like dogs wearing sweaters.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I haven't done an interview in 20 years.
Mr. Sizemore, first name Tom. How are you, my friend? I could turn the volume lower if you'd like next time. If you'd like me to do that, Tom, I could do that.
Wow, that was something else. I don't know what I can do now.
Oh, please.
That was terrific, man.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And you know what? As charming as a guy that you are, man, and as honest as a guy as you are, and as down to earth as a guy as you are, you played a character that isn't so down to earth named Scrooge in college. You played Scrooge, and of course, I feel like a thespian should rely on their instinct. Do you feel like you rely on your instinct a lot as a storyteller as well?
I mean, playing Scrooge at that young an age was, when I think about it now, I only way I could have done it is I was relying on my instincts. You know, I could have done it any other way. Okay.
More underrated than why? Unicycles, Italian men named Skippy, or sophisticated dinosaurs?
What? More sophisticated dinosaurs?
Yeah,
I want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy. I just want to say.
Yes. Yeah. Italian men named Skippy.
I just want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy.
Something you'll never hear. Yeah. Did you have fun? Did you have a nice time?
I had a great time. It was ball.
Yeah, man.
I want to do it again. This is great. I just think it's going to be, a lot of fun for people. I don't think people like this on the air. I don't think really. No, there isn't. I just think it's going to be I'm very interested in how people respond to it, because I know it's going to be interesting and see if people tune in and stay tuned in, and I really hope they do. And I'm all yours, bro. Let's go out and make this work. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.
I teach a workshop, and one of my students finally said about my class about iambic pentameter. He finally said, "I got it, and he was excited, and it was both his elation and those 3 words that make it worthwhile, right?
Amen. Amen. You got it. But I think I've got to have equally passionate people involved in the production of it. That passion will override any reservations anybody has as to the show's potential for entertainment or education.
Did you feel as if transitioning to the stage and performing live theater was a natural fit for you?
Yes, I did. I always felt very comfortable on stage. More so on stage than I did in film or television. So I'm looking forward to you, Avi, giving me your thoughts and your input, because as I told you, that piece that you sent me is, I love good writing, and I think
Thank
that's
you,
been
sir.
the secret of my career. And this is a beautiful piece of writing, as I said. I'm referring to the piece that you wrote me. You're onto something because you're a writer. You're a creative force, and I want to hook up.
Thank you so much for those kind words, guys. Thank you for being you, my friend. I appreciate you and respect you wholeheartedly.
And that goes double for me to you, Avi.
That's Pop. Hey, Pop. Wish you could give me some of those good looks, Pop. Pop was a great looking guy, I gotta tell you. And John Amos, Josh, Eric, Lenny, did you ever get a chance to work or meet John Amos at all?
I met him.
You did, Lenny?
Wonderful human being.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. The last 2 years of his life, I was writing for him, and he told me once that he forgot why we're even speaking to begin with, because he doesn't want to talk work anymore. He was talking life.
Yes.
Isn't that great? Sometimes, like, you realize your objective change. Your super objective stays the same, but your objective changes. Eric and Josh and Lenny, like, now all of a sudden the objective is to get this guy on the phone, and those pearls of wisdom that he has to share become the objective. Soaking it all in, those gems. He was such a fantastic person, as were Tom and Gallagher. And right now, guys and gals and pals who are listening and watching, we're going to delve into our final topic. That's it. I'm going to read this out loud to Lenny first, and then Eric and Josh, and then we are out of here. Lenny, I call topic number 2, gratitude comes in 3s. What 3 words, Lenny, best describe what you are most grateful for in life? What 3 words best describe what you are most grateful for in life and why? Whenever you're ready, my friend, the floor is yours.
Well, I would say the 3 words in life for me: family, because there's nothing greater than family. They're the best of everything. Experiences that you've had, and because that's something you savor, that you've been able to do all over the world, and places that you've been. Those places make you a better human being. So for me, family, experience, places, that's mine.
Wow, I love that. It's such a joy to hear you use the word family and mention the word family, because as Lenny, as you know, the family that we have, that we were raised with, people that are united by blood, that's amazing. And then you get older and you realize, wow, the circle can actually expand a bit. There could be other people that become part of our family, right, Lenny?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
We lost our leader.
What's that, Mr. Roberts?
No, they lost it too.
Eric, can you hear me, my friend?
Yeah, we're all waiting for
Eric?
our previous leader to come back.
Eric, can you hear me? I'm not sure if Eric can hear us. I'm going to actually call Eric right now, but as I do so, I'm going to ask Josh the same question, but let me do this in real time, just so Eric, I don't know if you can hear me, my friend.
I can.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Though. Yeah.
There we go. I got to tell you, Eric, yeah, when Lenny was talking about family, wow, it sent shivers up my spine, because I feel like as I've gotten older, now there are two families that I have. Those, of course, who are bound by blood, and then the others that you choose, the family that you choose to call your own. Man, oh man. Eric, I'm going to ask you the same question, my friend. If you had 3 words that you could choose, when it comes to gratitude comes in threes, what 3 words best describe what you're most grateful for in life? Whenever you're ready, my friend, the floor is yours.
My 3 words are wife, grandkids, and opportunity. By opportunity, I mean work. Simple as that, work. And and I'm grateful to be grateful. I don't know how to say that, but your grandkids are the magic. You feel something far greater than your own love you have inside yourself when you're with your children. The laughter alone is just precious gold, platinum magic.
Wow.
And of course, well, the wife. I mean, it's obvious. And if it's not obvious, read my book. Look her up.
Oh my gosh.
It's called Runaway Train. You'll like it. Anyway, yeah, the wife is my hero. And the wife is my hero every day.
Eliza, 1976, the remake of A Star is Born, Brunel on Animal House, strength, smart, beauty, and then here we are, MGM Grand Airplanes. You guys are seated next to each other. You have the script intersection on your lap.
Wow.
You're seated next to Eric. You guys are talking shop. The Oscars had just happened where Eric was nominated for Runaway Train.
And
Eric loves David's writing. So there's all these strange connections that came together, right?
That's the story. You're amazing.
That's the story, dude. That's it.
It's incredible, guys. That's incredible. Wow. And Josh and Lenny, and ever since then, they've been such a great team as well. Such a great team working with one another. It's an Avi problem. I'm not going to blame my exes, but I can never get anyone I dated to even, I don't know, even try some of my omelets. I don't know how you guys are able to do what you do.
It's never too late, Avi. Never too late.
It's such an amazing partnership. And Josh, of course, and you have a lovely lady, and Lenny, of course, marriage. Can I ask you this question really quickly? I have to ask you this. My granddad once told me, I asked him, what's the difference between being a granddad and a dad? He goes, well, my grandson, when you act up, all I do is I turn to your father and go, you take care of that. What is the difference between being a dad and a granddad?
I can answer that question very quickly.
Sure.
As a granddad, you only need to know 1 syllable.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Lenny, you have grandkids?
I got 7 grandkids.
Wow, you got a house full.
Awesome.
So many fun.
6 girls, 1 boy.
Wow.
Lenny, is it hard to say no to your grandkids?
Yes, it is. They're active. They always want to be around. They want to talk. They want to do things. They're the love of my life.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Lenny and Eric, Josh shared us a great story with us about his Mima, his grandma, and how special she was. And it's so cool to be able to get to know your grandparents when you get older, because you start appreciating them more and their journey and their plight. So thank you for keeping their memories alive. Josh, can you give me your first name?
What's that?
Your late grandmother's first name?
So she was Meemaw to me, but her name was Kathleen. But I knew her as Meemaw, which is Texas for grandma.
And Kathleen, so now we get to know her more, which is great. Because last time you spoke about her, I'm like, man, I know everything but the name. And now I got the name. And that's just amazing that you're able to illustrate that and, put a name to that story. Mr. Eric Roberts, Mr. Lenny Wilkens, Mr. Josh Henderson. Same question for you, my friend. Our final topic, our final question for our final participant, and then we will call it an evening. Josh, what 3 words best describe what you are most grateful for in life? Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours, good sir.
Sure. I think my 3 words are time, mercy, and faith, and I'll explain. I think time is clearly something that is such a gift you can't get back. I was speaking earlier about just how I get up now at 7 a.m. To me, it's a big deal because I was never a morning person. But, getting so much done by the middle of the day and 1 p.m. comes around, you're like, okay, now what? It's just like really taking advantage of the time that we have on a daily basis. I think it's something that I'm very grateful for. Mercy, I'm so grateful for because as human beings, we're flawed and everyone's going to mess up and people are going to let you down on a daily basis. And the more mercy that you can have or that you receive will just enriches your life, because holding on to things and not being able to forgive, it'll just kill you inside and really just make your life not as full and as enjoyable. So mercy is a big thing for me because we all need it and we all need to give it. And faith. My faith is a huge part of my life, but that can mean your faith in God. That can mean your faith in your spouse. That can mean your faith in your career, your hopes and dreams. So that to me, faith is just something that you just want to hold on to it and know that no matter what you're going through, what you have or haven't achieved, as long as you keep faith, that fire will continue to burn and you'll always have something to continue to strive and work for. So time, mercy, and faith are my 3 that I really, really, truly cherish.
Wow, nice.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. It's funny that you brought up mercy and the way you defined it.
Did we lose our fearless leader again?
I'm here. Eric, can you hear me? Josh and Lenny, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Josh and Lenny. Eric, can you hear me, my friend? Okay, there we are. It's funny how Josh brought up mercy because the way you defined it right now, and I remember this from an interview that I watched, is the exact way Marvin Gaye described the word mercy. The exact way you described it. I got to send you that interview. It's almost... That's incredible that you brought that up. The word mercy. It's such a powerful word. And I want to tell Lenny and Josh and Eric as we depart in about a minute, I want to tell you guys that for me, it's not about knowing things. It's about learning things. And every time I'm on here to do this show, I know this sounds weird, but whether this thing is a hit or I'm enjoying this. I'm loving this. I'm loving being able to learn so much from people who come from different walks of life, but then unite and leave as friends. And if we just remember those simple things, I think maybe that's one of the secrets of life. Maybe there isn't a singular secret, but one of them is friendship. And through healthy conversation and dialogue that we're having, I feel like we have so much in common. And maybe we didn't know that an hour and 20 minutes ago, but now, hopefully now we do. That's because of you gentlemen. And Eliza as well, who's there with us, who always gives us so many gems, and I communicate with her off camera. I really appreciate you for. I really appreciate you for a lot. I want you to know that. I have a 60-second tribute video for Lenny, for Eric, and for Josh as we depart. But before I play the video, first for Lenny, then for Eric, then for Josh, anything you guys want to tell each other? Anything you want to tell each other before we depart?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure knowing you almost. Mwah, mwah.
The same with you guys too, and thanks. You make us better. You make me better, and thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, what an honor it was for me, guys. It really, I've used the word humble a bunch of times, but I am humbled. I respect you both so much. I've known you both since I was a small child. So to be here and get to share the floor and the stage with you guys. Can you hear me still?
I hear you. I hear you.
I don't know what's happening with the screen there, but to be able to share the stage and the floor with you guys has really been a blessing. So I'm very, very grateful for that.
Cool.
Absolutely. And the feeling's mutual, my friend. To Josh, Eric, and Eliza, if you can hang out for 60 seconds, I want to play Lenny a tribute video, and then I have one for Eric as well, and then one for Josh. Please hang out for 60 seconds, my friends.
We're watching.
Appreciate that. Josh Henderson, Eric Roberts, Eliza, we appreciate you all. And Lenny, my friend, I put this together for me to you. It's kind of a trip down memory lane. I hope you enjoy it, my friend.
Okay. All right.
Providence. Freddie Brown. 1979. Look at that. Wow. St. Louis Hawks. Hall of Fame. Honoring the Sonics. Recently, actually. Yeah. Very best. Mark Price. Chuck Daly and Clyde Drexler. The Admiral. Wes Unseld. Elton John. Martin Magic Johnson. Rick Barry, Dr. J. NBA 50 at 50, Oscar Robertson, Bob Cousy, Bill Russell. Martin Luther King Jr. Sports Legacy Award. Dream Team 2. That quote from Langston Hughes makes me think of you, Lenny. And over the 4 years that we've become friends here through this virtual landscape, I want you to know that the greatest honor that I'll have is be able to one day shake your hand and tell you how much you mean to me as a friend and someone who's really made me try to become a better person. I thank you for that.
Well, Avi, thank you. I can't thank you enough. It's very meaningful, and it's nice when people come in our lives and our lives become better. Thank you.
Amen to that. You have a great rest of the day, my friend.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lenny Wilkens, class personified. I'm going to bring in Mr. Eric Roberts right now. I have a video for Eric as well. Eric, what a class act Lenny Wilkens is, huh, Eric?
Yes. Oh, yeah. What a cool cat.
We love him. We're in love.
I mean, yeah, everything that Lenny does, it's so funny how he's consistently positive, classy, and inspirational when you speak to everyone. I mean, everyone has the same thing to say about how much of a profound effect he's had on them. And, Eric, I'm going to tell you this as well. Traveling in the same circles you and I want people on this show that really resonate with me, but more or less resonate with people. And you listen so well. You really care about people's stories, man. And I think that's my takeaway the first time we spoke. I was like, Eric Roberts really cares about people's stories and their journeys. And I appreciate that about you, man.
Well, thank you so much, dude. It's so nice to say to somebody.
Yeah, it's a trip down memory lane right now for me to you, my friend. So I hope you enjoy this.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones. Dolph Lundgren. Brad Pitt. Richard Dreyfuss. Lansky. Sharon Stone. Sly. Ryan Arnold. Mr. Swayze. There they are. Amazing couple. Mr. Walken. Matt Dillon, Christopher Walken, Eric Roberts. Milo O'Shea, great storyteller, Broadway star. Best of the best. Oz. Star 80, Ariel Hemingway, Mickey Rourke, Runaway Train, John Voight, Dancing with the Stars, I love that. That's my favorite photo. From you, my friend.
Nice.
You,
oh my goodness,
man! I'll tell you what, you deserve it, my friend. You deserve to know how much you mean to others, and I could say the same thing about you and Eliza. You both have been for the last 3 years on and off when we communicated. Nothing but positive, nothing but respectful, nothing but courteous, nothing but encouraging, supportive. All those things when this show is on the ground floor. So I'm always gonna have a special place in my heart for you. Did you guys have a nice time?
It was spectacular. Are you kidding?
See, there's Wonder. It's such a, you're amazing, and it was so good to be with the other guys. Oh my gosh, this was incredible. Avi.
Yeah, they're both so cool. It was so nice to be in that company. Thank you,
Josh and Lenny and yourself and Eliza. I really want to thank you guys again for being a part of this. I'll definitely be in touch soon. And I know this sounds a little sappy, but I'd rather be sappy than cynical. Your presence is a present, man. It really is. I love forgetting time and just remembering the now, the whatever time it is. I don't want to read it on air, but this moment, this minute means so much because it's happening right now. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we love seeing your dad there, Avi. That was wonderful to see your dad.
Thank you so much, Eliza. I appreciate that.
Special.
I'll be in touch real soon. You guys have a great rest of the evening.
Hey, you too.
Thank you, Mr. Eric Roberts and Eliza. Mr. Josh Henderson as well. I got to tell you this, my friend. Josh, can you? There we go. Josh, you know, when I think of the first time we spoke and we were on StreamYard with Carlito, I remember the first thing that we said to each other. I remember the first thing we said was, I wonder what this conversation is going to be like. And here we are now, 30, 40 conversations in, on the phone or via text or here on StreamYard. I still have such an appreciation for you, man, because the way you carry yourself is the way that every young artist should carry themselves. Because when I say young, of course, you know, you're not in your 20s, but you're a young man. And I'm an old, believe it or not, I'm kind of an older fossil when it comes to you. I'm a bit older. And I want to say that the way you carry yourself in such a distinguished way, in such an honest way, in such a supportive way, I'm in your foxhole no matter what, anytime, man. And I mean that as a friend, not so much even just as a colleague, as a friend, bro. You're a special guy, man.
Well, that means the world to me. And, you know, you impress me. I can't even describe, or, you know, it just, you're such a unique and incredible individual, and what you're doing is so unique. So for me to have the opportunity to be a part of this is just such a blessing, and I appreciate you, my friend. You are the world needs more people like you. I'll tell you that.
Well, likewise. And right now, Josh, maybe some baby pay. Maybe I'll embarrass Josh Henderson now in this trip down memory lane. So for me to you, my friend. Yes, sir. Here we go. That's awesome. Mom and son.
That's dope.
Love that show. Jane West. Concert.
Mama.
Yeah. Anniversary. Indeed. I got to see you in concert, man. I really do.
Well, I will make sure that happens. Absolutely. It'd be an honor to have you there.
100%.
Wow. What a day.
Yeah, an incredible time with you, my friend. You had a nice time, Josh?
The best. I mean, you know, just to be able to hang out with you and those two legends, God, Lenny and Eric. I mean, what a blessing. It's just, you know, and I think you'd mentioned potentially Eric today, but I didn't know about Lenny. So just what a blessing to get to hang out and talk about life and, you know, inspiring things and positive things for the audience and for everyone to hear. What a blessing, my friend. And truly, truly grateful.
You know, I feel people say this all the time, and I guess it becomes a cliche because it means so much to people that say it, but I felt like my dad was here because, so here's my story about my pop. If I told my dad, hey, Josh Henderson is going to be joining us, Desperate Housewives, country music, all the great work he's done, he would have been like, yeah, you lost me at Dallas. So he was a Dallas guy. He would say, let's talk Dallas. That's what my dad would want to talk about. Let's talk Dallas. And then with Lenny Wilkens, he was such a big basketball fan. And with Eric Roberts, like my dad had like a list of Eric Roberts films, and he would struggle to find which one was his favorite. On a Monday, it'd be this film. On a Tuesday, it'd be that film. He'd Runaway Train on a Tuesday. It would be best of the best on a Friday. And it's like,
100%.
It's so cool to be able to like share this experience with him and have you, of course, part of this panel. But you really, man, I can't wait to see the second half of your journey, bro, because the first half has been amazing. People assume, well, it's talent. But what happens when talent is all you have? What happens when all you do is hang your hat on talent and not the work ethic or the drive, the things people don't see? But I know what you do, man. I know the work that you put in, and I really can't wait to be able to witness the second half of your journey, bro. It's going to be amazing.
Well, it means the world to me. And I'm so blessed to know you. And, I want you to keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're doing incredible things. And I can't wait. I know we're going to work together at some point in the near future, which is going to be amazing. But I can't thank you enough, man. You are top notch and a very impressive person. And like I said, we need more people like you. And thank you for having me. What a blessing today was. It really, no matter what you're going through in life, things like this, hectic and busy and things, and you got things to do and errands and rent to pay. And did I call this person back? All the things that are heavy, something like this has just been, what a nice break from the kind of the everyday stuff, and just to get to really think about positivity and hang out with people like you and the two gentlemen that were on this deal. It's just awesome, man. So
Dude,
I'm so
and again, I concur. Anytime you need anything, I'm right there for you. And remember, if any Sunday or Monday gives you the blues because you're a Cowboys fan, just remember, I'm a Knicks fan. Josh Henderson, guys and gals, you enjoy the rest of your day, my friend. There we go, the Cowboys.
Thank you so much, Avi. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, bro. Mr. Josh Henderson. And guys, I speak to you now, our audience, the engine that makes this thing go, as you know. Please give it up for Josh Henderson, Eric Roberts, Eliza, and of course, Lenny Wilkens. All four are remarkable human beings, and we appreciate you inviting us to your living room. Really, that's not something we take for granted. So thank you for the last hour and a half, giving us all of you. We'll give you all of ourselves as well. So at the end of the day, guys, right now, I would always tell Eric, and I would tell Eliza, and I would tell Josh and Lenny that the floor is theirs. Right now, the floor belongs to all of you.
I would ask if we can all have a moment of silence right now for Lenny Wilkens. Your smile is never gone forever, even though your hand we cannot touch. Still, we have so many memories of the one we loved so much. Your memories are a keepsake with which we will never part. God has you in his keeping. We have you in our hearts. Guys and gals and pals, I'm going to do something right now for Lenny. Because I think he's still here. And I think he deserves another introduction so he can receive another standing ovation from all of us. And to the gang back there, if you want to join us, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and you can join us on screen. Thank you for joining us, guys and gals and pals. We should never discourage young people from dreaming dreams. If you want it, you got to give it. If you fail the first time, that's just a chance to start over again. Great quotes that Lenny Wilkens, guys and gals, wonderfully and accurately articulated. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Nothing is given to man on earth, guys and gals and pals, who lets no obstacles prevent him from pursuing the values he's chosen. Life is a dream, realize it. Life is a sacrifice, offer it. Life is love, enjoy it. The latter rings true when beginning to describe, guys and gals, Lenny Wilkens. He's a three-time NBA, but 4-time overall. Take that in for a moment. Basketball Hall of Fame inductee. But he's also, guys and gals and pals, a Hall of Fame human being that has inspired the masses with his unwavering sense of duty to assist others. He is without question class personified. The man, guys and gals, is a Hall of Famer. If you tried guarding him in his prime, it couldn't be done, not even if you hired a lying tamer. As far as his resume is concerned, by the time, guys and gals and pals, I finished reading it, the Energizer Bunny would drop. An empty cup would fill to the top, and the state of Arizona might experience its first raindrop. Well, speaking of his legacy, one must first acknowledge his class as well as his heart. He's put the needs of those less fortunate first and foremost, and reminds us all that we are not near far apart. He was born in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn, New York in 1937. He persevered but experienced great difficulties growing up. It wasn't exactly heaven. A priest named Tom Manning convinced him to play basketball in his senior year. The fans were grateful for this because he made them all cheer. While as a coach, you would hear and adhere. He earned his bachelor's degree, guys and gals and pals, in 1960 while his Providence team made it to the NIT Finals where he was named MVP. He was drafted by the St. Louis Hawks 6th overall. He could pass, score, and certainly play great D. He made it to the NBA All-Star team 9 out of 10 years. That alone is quite the feat. After a decade, he became a player coach who implemented fundamentals for a player truly a treat. He guided the Supersonics of Seattle to 2 straight NBA final appearances and the title in 1979. Do you know who watched tapes of these teams and enjoyed their games? Yours truly, Avi Klein. He transformed the Cleveland Cavaliers into a bona fide contender. He had the respect and admiration of his players who absorbed and applied his ideologies, a thing of great splendor. He became the all-time winningest coach in 1995 while coaching the Hawks and was inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame, NBA Basketball Hall of Fame, 3 times. He became the all-time winningest coach in 1995, guys, but I can offer up a bevy of more credentials. But let's put a finish and a cap to these rhymes. Can we count the accolades in this man's resume? Probably not. There are too many. Who was he assisted off the court? The numbering is staggering. It's many. So please, guys and gals and pals, put your hands together for a humble, down-to-earth, kind human being. Last name Wilkens, first name Lenny.
Lenny.
I've said a lot. I would love to listen right now to the words of this great cast. Guys and gals and pals, before we make this vote official, please let me know your thoughts on the conversation we just had. The floor belongs to you.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was everything that Lenny is and always will be. We couldn't have asked for a better night, a better combination of people, better words for him to choose, and our most heartfelt and sincere condolences to his family, which meant everything from him. Every time he spoke, every clip we've seen, he never failed to mention his mother. He never failed to mention his wife, Marilyn. He was in constant contact with his son, Randy, and his son-in-law, Francis, and our deepest sympathies, our condolences. Whatever TKN is here for you for always, because Lenny's a part of this family too. He is and always will be our forever champion. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna mess up my mess. I'm gonna mess myself up. Um, I thought this was such a beautiful conversation. I mean, like you said, just the way he spoke about family and peace and love and helping others, especially the younger generation, and how we should all hold each other close and help each other. Oh my god. it was so beautiful. It was such a great, oh my god. And the way that everyone just all spoke with each other and spoke about their struggles and obstacles and how they overcame. It was really, really nice. But just the way he speaks about, he doesn't even speak about his accolades. He speaks about family, caring, love. What a amazing soul, seriously. And my deepest condolences to his loved ones as well, and Avi.
I mean, Lenny, I've never been a basketball guy myself. Enjoyed playing, sucked at it. But just, you know, I got to know Lenny through other people, but it was on a human level. But you can just tell, you know, hearing Paul McKeskey, you know, talk about, you know, the coaching story, Lenny talking about family, Alvy talking about, you know, their conversations, you know, when you call him from the grocery store, you know, talking about the clouds in the sky and just
Yeah.
those things. And, you know, to get to see him tonight, you know, knowing that, you know, he's been gone now for like 2 weeks, 20 days. But to see how much Josh and Eric just enjoyed being in his presence, you know, even though it was digitally. And yeah, he never talked about himself. He talked about the things that really, really make life matter. And, you know, I'm a person that, you know, never got to sit in the same space, and I miss the guy. You know, Avi talked to him all the time, so I can only imagine how he's feeling and his family.
Yeah.
You know, he lived a rich, full life. I mean, I don't think you could live a fuller life than Lenny Wilkens because of all the good he put out there for each and everybody, you know, he met, whether it was just a random guy on the street corner to a star player, you know, and his family. You know, I've lost my parents, and, you know, Randy and Francis, man, it's hard. It's hard. And, you know, you got to be there for your mom and Miss Marilyn. You can't have a man running around this world being a Lenny without somebody just as amazing behind him, sharing him with the world, especially putting up with him since 1962. So, you got to take your roses too, man. I know you're not in the limelight, but thank you for sharing Lenny.
Yeah.
Guys and gals and pals, I want to thank Eric Roberts. I want to thank Eliza. I want to thank Josh Henderson. I don't force words out of my soul. I don't force them. I was thinking of a word the best describes tonight, and it keeps changing. I have a few. I noticed your comments. I noticed one comment that Kelly put in the comment section. 3 words aren't enough, and that's true.
That's true.
Mm.
Yeah. But we traveled from 1899 tonight all the way into the future. Because when Lenny Wilkens and Eric Roberts and Josh Henderson and Eliza and yours truly were on screen, we somehow were able to teleport into November 29, 2025 together and visit the future. And I feel like Lenny saw the future. I feel like everything Lenny Wilkens said tonight was so appropriate. And I don't say this often, but I'm going to say it. that only God could have written it. I appreciate all of you so much on screen. If you think I express myself wholeheartedly, you haven't seen all of it. And that's because we allow time in our pursuits to perhaps dominate the day and evening. And maybe if we could come together tonight on a Saturday night every week to do this, accompanied by some Knicks jokes, of course, I think we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be okay in the long run. I want everyone right now in the comment section, as Howard, Giselle, Miranda, Jill, and Kelly will, and Phil will be on screen here. I want everyone in the comment section to vote. And please, guys and gals and pals, hang around for the outro. This is the final lap of round number 2. Lenny wanted to win, and in my opinion, that's been accomplished already, but we're going to make it official, guys. Why? Because the results are not in. We're going to find out, guys and gals, who is the top vote getter. All right? This is it, guys and gals. One more time, will Lenny Wilkens be the top vote getter yet again? We're going to find out right now, and we're going to kick it over first to Kelly White, who will let us know who he votes for. Kelly?
I vote for Lenny Wilkens.
One vote for Lenny. In the comment section, Engine, you can do this. We need your votes. Howard Collado, who do you vote for?
It's unanimous. It was a landslide. I vote Lenny.
Guys and gals and pals, chat votes for Lenny in both topics, hands down. Eric, Lenny was and will be the winner forever. Phil, who do you vote for, Phil?
I vote for Lenny. He's the man.
Repeat that, Mr. Phil Justin.
Without even hesitating, I vote Lenny.
Okay.
He's the man.
Bethany agrees with Phil. She votes Lenny. Sal votes Lenny topic 1 and topic 2. Joe, who do you vote for?
I'm going to miss him so much. I vote for Lenny.
Joe votes Lenny. Miranda, who do you vote for?
I vote for Lenny.
And Giselle? Your votes for topic number 1 and 2 belong to
Mr. Lenny Wilkens.
Mr. Lenny Wilkens. Guys, this has never happened in the history of TKN. Landslide is the word, guys and gals and pals. Every single person, including Johnny McKinney here, latest vote, last minute vote, Classy Times, Lenny Wilkens, guys and gals, is the top vote getter. Big round of applause to Lenny, who right now is in the greatest Hall of Fame of all time, the Kingdom of Heaven. Lenny Wilkens is in yet another Hall of Fame, and he will always be the eternal champion of this tournament, alongside Mr. John Amos, guys and gals and pals, and Mr. Tom Sizemore, who participated in this tournament as well. Guys and gals and pals, I want to give it up. If we didn't see a panel tonight of gentlemen, if we didn't see a panel of human beings that listen so well to one another, and we're soft-spoken yet passionate, we're clear and concise yet humble, give it up for 2 of those men who epitomize that as well, alongside with Lenny, who are moving on to round number 3. Josh Henderson and Eric Roberts will be in round number 3. Something tells me Eliza will be as well. So maybe if you draw Eric Roberts, hey, the benefit of the bathroom break is all I'm saying. You never know. So got Eliza there in your corner. You never know. So guys and gals and pals, whether it's a bathroom break or a bad taco, Eliza might be there to back or tag. Henry knows about wrestling. She might tag Eric Roberts in. But they're both well deserving of this honor of being in round number 3. I think we can all agree on that. So we will see them again. Real quick to the panel before we go to the outro. And guys, again, if you can predict, even now in the comment section to our engine, if you can predict 2 out of the 3 of next Saturday night's participants, you win some money. If you get picked 3, you win more money. That's how it works. Make your predictions now. Who will we be seeing next week? There aren't too many names left. Not too many. But, Miranda, what were your thoughts on Eric and Josh tonight?
They did incredible. I really enjoyed both of the topics, time travel and also the 3 words that you would use to describe what you're most appreciative for. And Eric, chose grandkids, his wife, and opportunity, I believe. That was really cool. It's just so nice to see him with his wife and how close they are in their relationship. It's so beautiful. I really loved that.
Yeah. Our question, they definitely became fast friends. Joe Rositano, your thoughts on Eric Roberts and Josh Henderson tonight?
It's like as if, as you said, the subjects were written by someone in some way different and out of this world. And I felt it a lot. And Lenny being able to go so simply and yet so profoundly felt and hurt my heart in a way that is both precious and meaningful, and I will treasure for this evening and so many days to come.
Appreciate that. Phil, your thoughts on Eric Roberts and Josh Henderson?
Well, I thought they both really brought it out. They took the topics, went, well below the surface on them, came up with some wonderful thoughts. I wouldn't have picked Keanu Reeves like Josh Henderson did, but as he explained it, I was like, you know what? That's not a bad choice.
It's a good choice.
It was. It really was. And of course, Eric Roberts deciding that his wife would direct the movie.
Yeah.
Who could ask for more? But I have to say, Stevie Nicks stole the show.
Well, Eric definitely
bring our cats on screen.
Yeah, you can't go wrong to bring a cat on screen with you.
Yeah,
but no,
guys,
the conversations.
What you guys didn't see is that Eliza was holding a baseball bat to Eric's head off screen, hoping that she would pick her. That didn't happen, guys. But it makes for a dramatic scene that Eric would probably nail. That's all I'm saying. Before I kick it over to Kelly and Giselle, speaking of options, what about Classy Times' predictions? She's guessing next Saturday night's going to have a gargantuan lineup. Jesse Raphael, Jesse Ventura, and hey, here's why it could happen. Again, for all of those who got by the 11th hour, for all of those who are still waiting for their match, guys and gals, in the 11th hour, and for the winner of the Tournament of the Judges, guess what? Since some of the biggest names are still yet to come, ta-da, congrats if you win that tournament, because you're going to probably draw one of them in round number 2. Kelly, your thoughts on what I just brought up now, on what these possible scenarios, and then Eric and Josh.
Well, first off, yeah, I'm in round 3, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's all the guppies and the bass and even the barracudas are gone. It's a Shark Tank right now, and if you come through now, you're just jumping in feet first. It's a survival game.
Absolutely. Eric says maybe we'll see Mark Henry next week. Yeah, we're anticipating some of the biggest names still remaining. You're going to see all of them. That's one guarantee I have for you. Kelly, your thoughts on Eric and Josh tonight?
Man, they just, we always have good chemistry. I mean, almost always. But these guys just had it. They just so much mutual respect with each other. And, I mean, Lenny epitomizes a certain era of history. And Eric and Josh, though, I was really, really amazed with Josh's connection to Larry Hagman.
Yeah.
And
you remember Dallas, right, Kelly? You were a fan of Dallas.
I was not, but I was a big fan of I've Dreamed of Magini. So
there you go. Larry Hagman started that as
well. Yeah. Josh really showed, because I didn't know the guy that well, but, the humble roots he came from. They kind of almost mirrored Lenny's humble ability, for lack of a better word, that, they're just regular guys that came from, regular places. And like Eric said, he's so blessed to have gotten a chance, and so was Josh. And yeah, it was an amazing conversation, man. It just really was. Man, I wish circumstances were different, but no matter how you slice it, it was amazing. It really was.
If I can measure a night based on appreciation and acceptance, tonight was off the charts. How everyone appreciated one another and accepted each other for who they are and their stories.
Yeah.
Giselle, I'm going to ask you the same question. What are your thoughts tonight specifically on Josh Henderson and Eric Roberts?
Everyone tonight led with respect, and it was so apparent. And before I even get into the match, their responses, their reactions after each person's tributes, we had the two of them, we had the ones in the middle of the show, and how they perceived each other and what they saw and how beautifully that all came together epitomizes why we are here every Saturday night. But in regards to the match, the way that Eric Roberts broke down the first topic and the way that Josh Henderson broke down the second topic, although they both did well in each, you could really tell which ones they were very passionate about, which ones they could talk about forever and ever and ever and go on, and you would be there with them for the entire ride. And yes, thank you for sharing Lenny's last match with us. As Lester said, it was really, really great to see them in conversation and see them share their ideas and their memories. Josh always comes in with creative choices. Cleopatra in his first match, Keanu Reeves in this one. And Eric Roberts is so endearing, and he loves what he does. And another one who loves his family and loves life and loves being young and wants to share that joy every time. And you see that on his face. And they bring that all here. And we see their strengths. We see what they can do. Round three, just a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
It's crowded now, but guys and gals and pals, remember, this is still a tournament. If you ever wondered about competition, remember, the idea of competition, the very essence of competitive camaraderie is what brought us all together. Just remember that. That's why we got to love the tournament as well. That is what has brought us together. It's the very cornerstone of what we do. Let's remember this as well, guys. In round 3, if you're in a triple threat match, only 1 out of 3 will move on. If a triple threat match will be presented before your very eyes, and in a 4-way match, 1 out of 4. That's 25% participants. So we're going to whittle this thing down between round 3 and round 4. Thank you, Lester. And Dominic, thanks for joining us. Saying it's your first night, you're new.
Well,
hey.
For a good hour and 50 minutes, you guys were rocking and rolling in the comment section. Keep it going. You guys were awesome tonight. Really appreciate it. I'm going to ask right now Howard Collado. I'll bring him on screen and see what his thoughts were. We talked about Lenny. I want him to tell us what he thought about Josh and Eric tonight.
Yeah. First of all, amazing topics, Avi. They really ignite such great conversations, and then the conversations.
It's always good to party like it's 1899, Howard.
Let's give you an idea for a new song. Thanks. It was great to learn more about Josh. Him sharing about his upbringing, the struggles he had to deal with, being the older brother and then having to take care of 2 younger sisters. Growing up in a dangerous neighborhood, but still through that, persevering and chasing, his dreams. Again, that's so much of what the essence of this show. Right?
He respects where he comes from. He really does.
Yeah.
He's very grounded. There's no doubt about that. And Eric is still that bright-eyed young storyteller when you see him. He still gets so much out of life.
And he had a stuttering issue as well. He used to have a stuttering issue, and he was talking about how kids. Sorry to interrupt, but he was talking about how kids are so cruel and how he had to maneuver that when he was younger, and he gained that courage inside of himself to still follow his dreams, even though, other people might not have believed in him, and he had that, stuttering issue that he overcame. So that was really amazing to hear him talk about that.
He did. Yeah. I'm glad you brought up the stuttering issue. What an obstacle that was. And then to think about the field, right? Think about his career choice and the path that he was on despite that obstacle. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you. What's up, Gus? Says Sal. Love you guys communicating in the comment section. We like that. Party like it's 1899. It reminds me of a Weird Al Yankovic song. It should be. You're right.
Yes.
I guess Howard brought this up. We already have Dr. Matt Fink, who's part of the 1999 song with Prince. So he can help us out with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Matt Fink, guys, the Celebrity Team Challenge will return on Wednesday nights very soon. We're also in the midst of the celebrity, guys and gals. I'm sorry. We have a tournament of judges. They can join the celebrity tournament. The winner, not they, singular, the winner of that tournament will join the ranks of the second round of the TKN Celebrity Tournament. What a prize that is.
Wow.
Could be Sebastian, it could be Dakota, it could be Julio, or it could be David. So one of them will be joining. Now, how about this, guys? You see them on the bottom right there behaving, of course, because of the night we're having. Phil and Miranda. Phil, very controversial. You have to watch the Facebook pages almost on a daily basis of a Phil V. Donahue and a Miranda Tiffany, because what's going on their Facebook pages tells quite the story. Phil, by the hair on his chinny chin, somehow escaped in a very controversial victory as he was down and almost out, but then all of a sudden 4 people we've never seen before, or maybe once or twice at most, were commenting and voting for him, which made me change the rules. Now, if you want to vote, you have to have either been commenting the whole night, or if you want your vote to count, I need to have seen you in a couple of shows for that to count. I cannot have you just show up at the end of a broadcast and vote without commenting the night before, or at least on a couple of consecutive episodes. So the rules have been changed, Phil. We'll see what happens next time. And guys and gals and pals, who knows when that next time will be? Will we find out in the outro? We might. If we do, that will, of course, guys and gals, be followed by next week's lineup as we're about to play the outro. But real quick, speaking of the outro, starting with Joe. Well, you know what? Let's kick it over first to Howard.
Yeah, I can do it. Okay.
Well, Joe, guys, is upper panel. Howard, starting with you. Give me your predictions because you might win some money. You know what? Actually, Howard, I'm going to go. Here's the thing, guys and gals and pals. Howard Collato's got a lot on his mind. He still doesn't know who he's facing in this thing. Right? He hasn't revealed his match. Why don't you ponder on that? Phil, give me 2 of your predictions.
I say John Lovitz and Dakin Matthews.
John Lovitz and Dakin Matthews.
Okay, you want the third?
Give me the third. Any 2 out of 3, yes.
Stephen Tobolowsky.
Who's already moved on, guys and gals, to round number 3. So
that.
we'll leave it at that, Phil. Miranda, give me 3, and let's see if 2 out of those 3 will be named.
Jesse Ventura, I think, will be one for sure. I think we will see. You know, it would be cool to see Jesse Ventura and John Lovitz together. That'd be interesting.
Okay.
And Stevie Ray.
Ooh. And Stevie Ray, guys and gals, still to come. Stevie Ray. Joe Rossitano, give me 3. If you predict 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3, you win some money. Go ahead.
I'm going to say Lou Ferrigno. Going to also say Sally Jesse Raphael. And then I'll also say Jesse Ventura for that one.
Mr. Kelly White.
Wow. I'm going to go with Stevie Ray, Aries Spears, and Mandy Rose.
Nice. I thought Miranda would have picked Aries Spears. She's a fan of Aries Spears.
I know. That would have been a good pick.
Giselle?
Well, I also have Mandy Rose on my list.
Right.
But I am pairing her or partnering her in this trio with Mariel Hemingway and Greg Louganis.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Nice group over there. Yeah, absolutely. I like that, guys and gals and pals. We hope you like it as well. We don't want to leave you in suspense because, Howard, what time is it right now?
It is outro time!
Obsession's going to be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
He stopped, jumped out behind the desk, and took my campaign cover, all my stuff, and started doing Sergeant Slaughter to me. So finally, my uncle caught me one Saturday. He said, "Hey, Bobby, what are you doing there?" My dad said, "Oh, hey." And I was like, "Oh, I did something wrong." I'm in trouble. My dad says, "Come on over. You want to watch wrestling?" He put me on his knee. I'm going to do anything and everything that I had to do to make sure my mother would enjoy her life. I didn't like playing basketball. I loved football. But my first freshman year in school, you couldn't even think, you would look at me and say, that boy can't play. But when you saw me my second and third and fourth year in college, I was part of the best.
What I yearned for, but my heart ignored, was to become a mother. I love kids. I've always loved children.
So what do I call you? He's like, Curtis, that's my name. I said, okay, cool. But for my birthday, he filled my entire house with my favorite flowers, which were Casablancas and gardenias.
Sometimes the turn happens over a series of movies. Maybe doesn't happen right away. If you go back and remember where we first saw Apollo Creed in the first Rocky movie.
Yes, you too can be a Soul Train dancer. What are you talking about, man? This gear's hype, man. Not like that Kmart stuff you be wearing.
He would drive me to places. He took my skates. For a while, I must have driven him crazy because I liked how my figure skates, we did figures way back then. We can only do what we can do today, and one thing at a time. If you try and do, I mean, everyone wants to multitask, but if you're doing things at a high level and very well, you can still multitask, but can you do them all really well like that?
When I did Taxi, it was the first 3-camera show I'd ever done. I called my agent the night of the first day and I said, they keep rewriting the lines. He said, honey, that's what happens on a 3-camera show.
You look great!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry Jones did a national way of getting to the press. He went to the press and established a trademark name. I've had people play in the NFL. Of course, the compliments that I've made, and you go back to the 40s and 30s. I had uncles that worked in the pulpwood industry.
When a guy comes in and plays better than Norm Nixon, that's for somebody. Buster Douglas did the unthinkable.
The World Warriors, okay, they can get in a gym and bench press 500 pounds, but so can I.
Match him.
We're all in this together. We're all spinning in a rock through this universe together, and that's one society, one people. We're all humans, like we've said before already. So, war. We've got to stop killing each other.
Well, if you have to fill 7 hours at night from, 9 to 1 and then 12 to 7, you got to tell stories.
Yes.
They called the neighbors, called the police. No one was willing to help, but they did find a solution. We'll find out what it was when we return.
All right, The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original film starring Michael Rennie. This film needs to come back because of the world situation we're in right now.
I was a huge Led Zeppelin fan, and Bonham died, and the rift between Plant and Page, they're never going to get together, they're never going to play again, and my heart ached.
What is the one thing everybody wants to be? Something my father bestowed upon me. And the answer to that question is right.
When Nas came out with the whole thing with Is Hip Hop Dead? And I think we're kind of talking about that right now. Where's it at? Is it in a good place?
What I'm going with is the boombox scene from Say Anything, which was so iconic, and the music was so iconic. And interestingly, they originally were going to use Elvis Costello, but it didn't work out, and luckily they didn't, because Peter Gabriel's In Your Eyes became the song they chose for the boombox scene.
When people think of Fidel Sierra, they think of him as an enhancement guy or whatever. He was a hell of a worker 25 years ago. I mean, and so it's a shame that people don't see that. You know, people only see, you know, the later on incarnations of.
But I go back to when I retired, honestly. I was having a daughter, about to get married, just really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life.
Make your predictions, guys, now. Here we go. Here we go. Make your predictions. The final lap is upon us. as our hosts express themselves non-verbally. Howard Collado, Peace Phil, Joe Risicano, Brenda, Giselle, the big man Kelly J. White, this is Avi Klein, yours truly, forever celebrating the one and only spirit of Lenny.